All right, welcome to the December 8th, 2022 joint meeting of the Board of Directors. We will start with the invocation by Vice Chair Heft, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Director Connors.
Lord, we come before you today and just ask you to be in the presence here as we conduct business. I just ask for people traveling here to be able to be brought safely here. And I ask for the people traveling on our roads, Lord, to be safe. And I thank you for the Christmas season, Lord. I just pray that it's a good season where families are able to gather together and have some normal enjoyment of this Christmas season together. And I just ask you, Father, to help us make wise decisions in this leadership capacity that you've put us. In your name, amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Chair Will O'Neill,
Here.
Vice Chair Heft,
Here.
Director Connors,
Here.
Director Hurt,
Here.
Alternate Jennings,
Here.
Director Reynolds,
Here.
Director Vic Sorick.
I'll be his alternate today.
Thank you. Vice Chair Miller,
Here.
Director Beal,
Here.
Alternate Campbell,
Here.
Director Chafee,
Present.
Director Lombard,
Here.
Director Murphy,
Here.
Alternate Valencia, Director Voits,
Here.
Director Bartlett. Here. Director Kelly.
Here.
Director Khan,
Alternate Director Quo.
Director Penaloza, Director Taylor,
Here.
Director Wagner, Director Chamberlain, Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner, Director Chamberlain. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner, and Director Chamberlain, we have quorum on both boards.
All right, thank you. All right, now we'll move into public comments. Madam Clerk, any public comments?
At this time, during live public broadcasting, members of the public may address the joint boards of directors regarding any items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the joint boards of directors, but no action may be taken on off-agenda items unless authorized by law. Written public comments received in advance of the meeting will be distributed to the directors. Live public comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person unless the chair, subject to the approval of the boards of directors, sets different time limits. Mr. Chair, we have received no written public comments, and there are no live public commenters.
All right, thank you. So we have a handful of folks here in person. For those of you online, just a quick reminder, just go ahead and click that hand button if you wanted to raise your hand to speak. If you're on teleconference, *9 will raise the hand function. If you're having any technical difficulty, just send a note to our clerk, either text or email is fine. Also, a quick reminder, we have 2 closed session items at the end of the agenda today, so if you are a director on Zoom, please stay on. We'll make sure you get transitioned in. Today's meeting is going to begin with a special calendar item recognizing our outgoing board members. Before we do that, do we have any public comment on that item?
There are no live public commenters.
All right, thank you. So we're going to be recognizing Director Lisa Bartlett, Director Murphy, and Director Trevor O'Neill for their years of service to the Transportation Corridor Agency. Each of these directors have greatly contributed to the financial and operational successes of the agencies during their tenures, and their presence will absolutely be missed. I wanted to just run through a few quick highlights of some of the things during their term, particularly for Director Bartlett and Director Murphy. You've been on here for a while, and so the accomplishments are pretty long. So this is just a handful of of them, so guiding the agency to a strong financial footing, resulting in the Foothill Eastern Transportation Corridor Agency obtaining A bond ratings, which I'll bet when you first came on here would have been a pipe dream, but you got there. Creating a plan to help allow the 241-91 Express Connector project to move forward, which will help bring traffic relief to the 91 corridor. Helping TCA establish a strong presence in regional planning entities such as SCAG and the Orange County Council of Governments. Navigating the agencies through the COVID-19 pandemic. Contributing to the success of both the Los Patrones Parkway and Oso Parkway Bridge projects. Completing wildlife fencing and connectivity projects to protect both wildlife and the users of the toll roads network that have become a model for other agencies to follow. Completing the agency's 7-year strategic plan that will help guide the agencies into the future. And also, of course, continued successfully managing our more than 2,100 acres of native habitat. So those are just a handful of your successes, and that we are, you should be rightfully proud of, and we're certainly appreciative of. So with that, I'm gonna ask our vice chair to help me recognize the outgoing directors, present them with a proclamation and an award thanking them for their service. So we gave Director Bartlett's alternate the proclamation at the last one, but you're here today, and so we would like to actually present it to you personally. And then just a quick note, this is what I was saying. You've been on the board from, if I recall correctly, 2007. And so, like I said, you've been able to see quite a bit of success through the agency, and so thank you. You're also the chair of the San Joaquin Hills Transportation Corridor Agency from 2012 to 2014. Director Murphy, who has served nearly a decade from 2013 to 2022 on the Foothill Eastern Transportation Corridor Agency, and then Director Trevor O'Neill. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to miss having to constantly reference the first name of a Director O'Neill. But I will miss Trevor. So Director Trevor O'Neill, who served from 2021 to 22 on the Foothill Eastern Transportation Corridor Agency, he's not here, but we're going to make sure we get it to him soon. So why don't we go down and into the well down here, and we're going to take pictures. And then I'll give an opportunity to speak as well if you'd like.
Right, but to receive, I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean?
That's right. Did we not give it to him?
No. No, she wasn't here.
Yeah, she wasn't. Before we move on, any comments you'd like to make?
So it has certainly been an honor and privilege to serve on the Transportation Corridor Agency Board of Directors, both on San Joaquin and Foothill Eastern, and serving in multiple capacities, chairing different committees, and chairing the Foothill Eastern Board, I think 2 years in a row, but also working on the $4 billion refinancing, which was a great success for the agency. And then with regard to, the major accomplishments we've had over the years has been tremendous. The refinancings at the right time and saving the agency a lot of money, but also what we've done for the riders of our toll roads. and the improvements that we've made over the years have really benefited the region, especially South Orange County, which is my district, the 5th district. If we didn't have the toll roads, we would literally be in gridlock so much of the time. So it's been great experience serving on the board and really helping to improve regional mobility over the years. This has been something that's real critically important to me because of our one freeway that we have in South County, and we still have a lot of significant growth with Rancho Mission Viejo, and we need to look towards the future now that we've got our 3 projects in line with the Ortega widening and the HOV from Pico to the county line and then LPPE. That will help solidify things for the long term for the residents and people who come and drive through South Orange County. So it's been an honor to serve, and look forward to keeping on top of what the agency does in the future, and wish everyone the best of luck and happy holidays. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to echo a lot of what my colleague just mentioned. It's a privilege and an opportunity to really take a look at mobility countywide and region-wide, and the Toll Road Agency has played an important part of that. This is actually my second round at TCA. I had the opportunity to serve in the early 2000s as well. When I was mayor the first time, then took some time away and came back. So I just would say thanks to all that make this place what it is, and I would encourage you all to keep eyes wide open as this sort of new generation of this agency is starting to form, and look for the opportunities and seize them just as this agency always has over the years. It's hard to imagine, to think before the Toll Road Agency, that a group of individuals got together and made a decision to privately finance roads that the state couldn't keep up with. And no disrespect if there's any state representatives in the room, but I look back at that and think of all the places in the county that are vibrant because of these toll roads. And with that, I say thank you, and I wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a healthy and prosperous new year.
Fantastic. Thank you. We're going to move into the San Joaquin Hills consent calendar. Do we have any live public comments on this one?
There are no live public commenters.
All right. Directors, we're looking at items 2 to 8 and 10. Do we have any items to pull or comment on? All right, see none. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll move that, Scott Voigt.
All right, we'll go with moved by Vice Chair Heft, seconded by Director Voits. Let's go ahead and vote.
Chair Will O'Neill,
Aye.
Vice Chair Heft,
Aye.
Director Bartlett.
Voights is on the
Yes.
San, this is for
Oh,
San
yeah,
Joaquin,
you're
Voights is
right.
on the Foothill Eastern.
Yep, so we're going to go second by Director Kelly then. Got it. Let's go ahead and redo that roll call.
Chair Will O'Neill,
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it Director Bartlett? You know, at some point, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get the hang of it. This whole in-person thing / Zoom thing. All right, we'll get it. All right, so moved by Vice Chair Heft, seconded by Director Bartlett. All right, let's go ahead and do the roll call.
Chair Will O'Neill,
Aye.
Vice Chair Heft,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Connors, Director Hurt,
Yes.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Alternate Jennings,
Aye.
Director Penaloza, Director Reynolds,
Yes.
Director Taylor,
Aye.
Director Vixoric, sorry, Alternate Miller,
Aye.
Director Wagner, Director Connors, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Director Connors, Director Penaloza, and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously.
All right, just a
Director
second.
Connors, aye. Sorry.
Yep, no problem.
Noted.
I saw her on mute. Okay, let's move then into the Foothill Eastern consent calendar. Items 2 to 7, 9 to 10. Any public comment on this one?
There are no live public commenters.
Okay. Any items to pull? Hang on, Director Voits. I know you're on Foothill Eastern. I just, do I have any items to pull or comment on from directors? No? Okay, I'll take that as Director Voigt's with the moving the item,
And I'll second.
seconded by Director Bartlett. All right, let's go ahead and vote.
Vice Chair Miller,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Beal,
Aye.
Alternate Campbell,
Yes.
Director Chafee,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Director Lombard,
Aye.
Director Murphy,
Aye.
Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Taylor,
Aye.
Director Voigts,
Yes.
Director Wagner, Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously for Foothill Eastern.
Got it. Ben, just double checking, we had quorum on that, right? Okay, all right, just checking. Okay, we'll now go to our board business items 11 and 12. Before we begin on our first business item, any public commenters on that item?
There are no live public commenters.
Okay, we're going to turn it over to our Chief Toll Operations Officer, Vinny Valdez, for the staff presentation. Go ahead, Vinny.
Thank you, Chair O'Neill. Good morning, Honorable Directors. Vinny Valdez, Chief Toll Operations Officer. This item is a task order request for a qualified firm to evaluate on-road safety enhancement solutions and assess their potential applicability for TCA's roads. This item was approved by the Joint Toll Operations Committee during its October 26th meeting. And lastly, at the end of the presentation, I'll ask for board's approval of this item. Next slide, please. As part of the board's strategic plan, staff was directed to explore the use of traditional tolling solutions and other roadside equipment and evaluate emerging solutions for wrong-way vehicle detection. The agencies have an opportunity to help enhance safety by evaluating the best solutions and developing an effective approach to help mitigate wrong-way vehicle accidents. Next slide, please. This type of research requires broad systems engineering expertise and experience with intelligent transportation systems and wrong-way driver programs. Staff needs the support of a consultant that has both the expertise and experience in evaluating multiple solutions and strategies. We want the consultant to be well-versed in innovative ideas and solutions and to have experience in the planning, design, implementation, and integration of wrong-way vehicle detection and crash reduction solutions. Next slide, please. The boards in December 2020 approved a contract to establish a pre-qualified bench of 4 toll system consultants, including Fagan Consulting, Gannett Fleming, HNTB, and IBI. Staff issued a request for task order proposals to these 4 firms to do this work. This task order request will utilize one of those firms to evaluate wrong-way vehicle detection and prevention systems, as well as deployment and alerting strategies, and provide recommendations that the agencies, working together with Caltrans and California Highway Patrol, can use to enhance safety on the toll roads. The work requested in the task order includes evaluating the feasibility of leveraging TCA's existing systems and evaluating solutions and strategies in use at other facilities. The consultant will provide recommendations for deployment options based on their research and analysis of what will work best for TCA, and then develop the plans required to procure, implement, operate, and maintain the safety solutions. All 4 firms on the bench submitted proposals. Next slide, please. The 4 proposals were evaluated using a best value approach based on the knowledge and experience of the proposed team, their proposed schedule, and cost. Fagan Consulting submitted a proposal under which their subcontractor Stantec would perform the work. As noted in our staff report, The experience, qualifications, and knowledge of the Stantec team and their approach to the work was unmatched by the other proposers and thus outweighed a higher cost. Stantec's proposal provided a comprehensive description of how it would approach the project, which aligned well with its 718-hour estimate to perform the work. They have extensive experience with systems engineering, planning, design, implementation, and integration of safety programs, technology, and strategies. They are recognized as an industry leader for their ability to perform comprehensive, in-depth research and analysis of complex tasks. And they have extensive experience in estimating benefits to new and improved deployments and will apply their knowledge and best practices to present a detailed benefit analysis. Stantec, in fact, has completed similar projects in Tennessee, Florida, Illinois, and Virginia. Next slide, please. At the direction of the Joint Toll Operations Committee, we reviewed scope with Fagan and Stantec and looked for opportunities to lower their cost. While reviewing the scope, we identified two opportunities. First, we are now asking them to do a smaller amount of research and instead put emphasis on evaluating systems and approaches in use. This resulted in a reduction of hours. And then second, we discussed with Stantec the format of the draft and final reports and agreed with them on streamlined formats that will essentially provide the same information but using less words and with that less time to do it, to prepare it. The result of this effort was a $12,691 reduction in cost without negatively impacting our goals. And with that, the not to exceed for the task order is $124,663. Next slide, please. The board recommendation is thus for the San Joaquin Hills Agency, authorize the acting CEO to execute task order 001 to contract K001375 with Fagan Consulting to complete an evaluation of on-road safety enhancements in an amount not to exceed $37,399, and also authorize the acting CEO to make additional changes deemed necessary within 10% of the task order in an amount not to exceed $3,740 without further action by the board. Next slide, please. The recommendation for Foothill Eastern is the same, except the not to exceed cost is $87,264, and the contingency is $8,726. That concludes my presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, Vice Chair Hefton.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. My question has to do with the fact that I'm looking at San Joaquin, and it's about 37,000. Foothill is 87,000. Is the obvious answer because of the difference in the amount of road?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Thank you.
All right. Director Bartlett and then Director Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So with regard to the wrong-way vehicle detection, are we just putting monitors or the detection equipment or technology at the exit ramps and maybe the gantries, or also along various spots along the toll roads as well?
This task order does not actually implement the system. It's a research effort to answer questions exactly like that, based on TCA's specific roads, on ramps and off ramps. Where are the ideal places to deploy the technology?
Okay, so no, we're not giving them any specifics to focus on, just letting them basically do their job and then come back to us, and they might have exit ramps and gantries and other things. Is that
Right.
correct?
Their report will include recommendations on which technologies are the most appropriate for TCA and our roads, and where those deployments along our roads would be. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Director Taylor.
Thank you, Chair O'Neill. I was
wondering, have we ever done one of these evaluations before? And then how often would it be recommended to do an evaluation like this?
For the first part of the question, I'll defer to Acting CEO McFall, who's been
Director
here a lot
Taylor?
longer than me.
Valerie McFall, we have not looked at this in the past as far as implementing a pilot such as this and the feasibility. So this is part of the board's adopted strategic plan. So this is the kickoff to that. So this is the first step in implementing a technology such as this. And then looking at where and how we can implement features such as this to prevent wrong-way driving on our facilities.
Okay. Vice Chair?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Vinny, so if we implement this technology at some point and we detect a wrong-way driver, is this study going to consider how we deal with that driver? Because if we see it, what do we do?
Right. From a TCA, from the agency's perspective, we wouldn't be the ones responding to that. We'd review the recommendations of this report with California Highway Patrol and Caltrans, who would respond, and work with them to implement this
So
an
are they
approach.
going to be monitoring it? Well, if this system's implemented, will they be monitoring it, or will we be monitoring it?
No, we wouldn't be monitoring it.
Okay, so.
They would.
So we're going to pay for it and have them monitor it?
Exactly.
Okay, all right. And so they'll have to come up with their strategy on how to respond.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Yep, Director Bartlett?
Thank you. So it's great that we're doing this study now, but as I recall, a number of years ago, there was actually a wrong-way driver on the San Joaquin toll road that came on to, actually drove onto one of our exit ramps and created some issues with oncoming traffic, and there was at least one or more fatalities. At that time, did we perform any kind of a study like this? Okay.
Yeah. To my recollection, we did not perform a study like this, but we, as part of this, we'll work very closely with Caltrans as the owner of our facilities. I'm sure that they have various methods or technologies that they look at to help prevent these. But as far as that incident, we did not implement a post-incident report or feasibility study to see what happened and what we can do to prevent it. This is the first step in doing something like that.
Okay, and I know the accident occurred some time ago, and maybe there wasn't technology available at that point, and that's why no study was conducted. But just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other directors? Okay, seeing none.
Chair O'Neill, this is
Yep.
Director Voigt.
Director Voits?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out. Obviously, we're trying to enhance safety here, and when the task order came through, we looked at each other in the toll ops committee, and it was on the recommendation of, I think, Director Mueller to actually go back in and see if we could cut the hours. And so I want to say thank you to Vinny for working with that and allowing that forward, and the great idea to have us go back in. So Director Mueller, thank you for the savings that you gave in the agency and as we enhance the safety of our drivers. And so on behalf of Foothill Eastern, if I may, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make the motion to move forward with this.
All right, seconded by Mr. Vice Chair. And then on San Joaquin, need a motion and a second as well.
Trish Kelly moves.
I'll second.
Bartlett, second.
All right, we'll go moved by Director Kelly and then seconded by Director Bartlett. We'll start with San Joaquin.
Chair Bill O'Neill,
Aye.
Vice Chair Heft,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Connors,
Yes.
Director Hurt,
Yes.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Alternate Jennings,
Aye.
Director Penaloza, Director Reynolds,
Yes.
Director Taylor,
Aye.
Alternate Miller,
Aye.
Director Wagner, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Director Penaloza and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously for San Joaquin Hills.
Thank you. And then let's go to Foothill Eastern.
Vice Chair Miller,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Beal,
Aye.
Alternate Campbell,
Yes.
Director Chafee,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Director Lombard,
Aye.
Director Murphy,
Aye.
Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Taylor,
Aye.
Director Voigts,
Yes.
Director Wagner, Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously for Foothill Eastern.
All right. Let's go to item number 12, disposal of surplus land policy. Do we have any public comments on this?
There are no live public commenters.
Okay. This item will be presented by Paul Bopp, Program Manager of Corridor Management Group. Mr. Bopp, when you're ready.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Paul Bopp, Program Manager for CMG, who provides staff support for the TCA. This item before you was presented to the Joint Strategic Committee, who unanimously recommended approval of this at a future board meeting. Next slide, please. Prior to disposing or participating in any negotiations regarding the disposal of local agency-owned surplus land, the Surplus Land Act must be complied with. The act was enacted in 1968 to advance state land policy. In 2019, the act was expanded to include participation by joint powers authorities, of which TCA is one. The policy developed by TCA staff in conjunction with legal counsel will help navigate the complexities of the act. Next slide, please. There are a number of reasons why surplus land is accumulated. For example, a design change. You could have a change in the geometry of the roadway, such as a center line shift that results in a right-of-way change. Also, once final right-of-way is established, it can differ from the proposed right-of-way. And there could be a modification to a project feature during construction that can result in a change to the final right-of-way. Next slide, please. The need to dispose of surplus land and exempt surplus land is legally required and generally desirable to reduce liability and administrative costs associated with holding and maintaining land no longer needed by the agency. Next slide. Property may be declared surplus by the board if the real property is not within existing state right-of-way, not required as right-of-way or for other operational purposes for existing or future improvements to the agency's system. It's not being held for environmental mitigation or conservation purposes, and is not being used or planned to be used pursuant to a written plan adopted by the agency's board for agency's work or operations. Next slide, please. Now, the board also alternatively may declare land to be exempt surplus land if the subject real property is a small surplus land parcel less than 5,000 square feet and is sold to an owner of contiguous land. The surplus land that a local agency is exchanging for another property. The surplus land is a former street right-of-way or easement as conveyed to an owner of an adjacent property, or a local agency surplus land transferred to another local agency, state, or federal agency. If the land meets one of these requirements, then the property can be disposed of without further regard to the Surplus Land Act. Next slide, please. Prior to property being declared surplus land or exempt surplus land, it must be cleared by the following TCA departments: the engineering department, which would determine if the land is needed as right-of-way or for other operational purposes for existing and future improvements to the TCA system. It would also be looked at by the Environmental Department to determine if the land has potential for use as a mitigation site, either for projects currently being developed or for mitigation banking purposes. Toll operations would also evaluate the land to determine if it is needed to enhance existing or future toll operations, and facilities maintenance to determine if the land is needed for facilities purposes. Next slide, please. The purpose of this item is to request that the board adopt the policy for the identification and disposal of agency-owned surplus land and exempt surplus land. The policy establishes a set of general rules and procedures for declaring real property surplus to the needs of the TCA and disposing or selling of the land in a consistent and transparent manner which conforms to the requirement of the Surplus Land Act. Next slide, please. Now, I'm not expecting the board to read the details in this flow chart. It's being presented to show how the Surplus Land Act has many convolutions and many if-then scenarios and different paths that can be followed. So the policy that we're presenting today for the identification and disposal of surplus land has been laid out to help navigate and streamline the complexities of this process. Next slide, please. The board recommendation is to adopt the policy for the identification and disposal of surplus land and exempt surplus land. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right. Directors? Seeing none in person, none online. Okay. Then we can move into motions. I'll take one for San Joaquin.
Move to approve.
Director Bartlett moves.
Trish Kelly, second.
Second by Director Kelly. And then for Foothill Eastern.
John Taylor moves.
Vice Chair and Director Taylor for the second. Let's go ahead and vote.
Chair Will O'Neill,
Aye.
Vice Chair Heft,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Connors,
Yes.
Director Hurt,
Yes.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Alternate Jennings,
Aye.
Director Penaloza, Director Reynolds, Director Taylor,
Aye.
Alternate Miller,
Aye.
Director Wagner, Director Penaloza, Director Reynolds, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Director Penaloza, Director Reynolds, and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously for San Joaquin Hills.
All right. Let's go ahead and do Foothill Eastern.
Vice Chair Miller,
Aye.
Director Bartlett,
Yes.
Director Beal,
Aye.
Alternate Campbell,
Yes.
Director Chafee,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Yes.
Alternate Quo,
Yes.
Director Lombard,
Aye.
Director Murphy,
Aye.
Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Taylor,
Aye.
Director Voigts,
Yes.
Director Wagner, Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, Director Wagner. Mr. Chair, noting the absence of Alternate Valencia, Director Penaloza, and Director Wagner, the item passes unanimously for Foothill Eastern.
Great. Thank you. All right. We'll move into Chief Executive Officer's report.
Great. Thank you, Chair O'Neill. A couple items to report this morning. First, we've reported traffic revenue numbers for October, and I'm pleased to share that on both systems, the 73 and the Foothill Eastern system, our numbers are up. We recorded more transactions in October 2022 than we did in October 2020 and October 2021. Additionally, in customer service, our service levels are above 95%, and our call wait times are less than 1 minute. So as we head into the new calendar year of 2023, we'll have more drivers on our road, and continuing with our stellar customer service. Secondly, myself, along with staff, had the opportunity to attend Tustin State of the City Address and celebrate the 80th anniversary of the Tustin blimp hangars at the former Tustin Marine Corps Air Station, Lighter Than Air. Foothill Eastern Director and Tustin Mayor Lombard invited local residents and businesses to hear about Tustin's economic progress and plans for the year to come. So that was a very special event. Also this week, I want to congratulate the City of Irvine. We were invited to attend the ribbon cutting event for the new Ventus Spur Bridge over the State Route 133 toll road. It was a $6.8 million bike and pedestrian bridge that extends the Ventus Spur Trail across the city from North Park to the Great Park. And we thank drivers who are patient with some slowing and some lane reductions during the construction. And we hope the community will get out and experience the trail and the beautiful new bridge that offers views of the 133 toll road. Second to last item is I'd like to take a moment to celebrate staff. This is the 26th consecutive year that they have supported families in need at the Thomas House Family Shelter in Orange County. Thomas House is a nonprofit traditional family housing shelter that provides resources necessary for homeless families with children to remain together. On their own time and with their own money, staff fulfilled 40 wish lists for Thomas House residents that includes infants, children, teens, and their parents who are in dire need of the most basic necessities. So staff looks forward to shopping for the Thomas House residents every year and making their holidays brighter. Finally, please be on the lookout for a survey that will be sent out later today by staff. The survey will be seeking each director's preference for TCA committee appointments. We ask that you complete this survey by January 9th, and then this information will be shared with the chairs in mid-January, and then each director will be notified of their TCA committee appointments. And again, please be sure to turn this survey in by January 9th. With that, Mr. Chair, that concludes my update for today.
Great, thank you. Yeah, please do fill those out. That is really, really helpful for the chairs and vice chairs as we go through and try to allocate the appointments. And that takes actually a decent amount of time. So if you give us your preferences, you can usually get your preferences. So anyway, that would be really, really helpful for us. So please do make sure you fill that out. I wanted to say thank you to our directors who were able to participate in our December meeting for the I guess it was November technically, for the planning session in Newport Beach. Really, that was fun. I appreciated that. So it was a great ability to enjoy a good view. I think it was all right. But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't Dana Point Harbor, but what can you do? Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. So anyway, I appreciate that. That's really helpful for the future of our direction. And then I know a lot of cities will be choosing their representatives on TCA in the coming month or two. If I can be of any help reaching out to the folks who make that decision in your city, I would be happy to do so. I've very much enjoyed serving with all of you, and so I appreciate that. Mr. Vice Chair, anything?
Not much today. It's been a real pleasure serving on this. I know I'm actually termed out of my city, but because of our admin code, I'm still here for a couple months. And I want to thank the staff for pointing that out to make sure Dana Point still has a voice at this agency. It's an important organization for Dana Point to be involved in, considering the traffic impacts that Director Bartlett had mentioned earlier today, that we really only have one freeway in South County, and without the toll roads, our traffic would be much worse. So thank you. That's it.
Thank you. All right, so
and by the way, that was a distracting view. I just got to tell you, that was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's a pretty good view. All right, so we're done with our business items. So now we're going to ask General Counsel Ben Rubin to take us into closed session.
Thank you, Chair Neal. We have two items. They're both joint items. It's for, first is public employee performance evaluation for the interim CEO under Government Code Section 54957, Subdivision B1. The second is a conference with labor negotiators regarding the interim chief executive officer under Government Code Section 54957.6. We do not anticipate reportable action for either item.
All right, so Director, stay on, please. As we transition into closed session, we'll let everyone know, and we're going to be starting back up. So just stay on. Thanks. All right, we're back from closed session. Mr. Rubin, do we have any reportable actions?
There was no reportable action, Chair.
Okay, with that, we're going to adjourn. The next regularly scheduled meeting of San Joaquin Hills and Foothill Eastern Transportation Corridor Agency's Boards of Directors will be held on Thursday, January 12th, 2023 at 9:30. For those of you joining us in an hour for lunch, look forward to seeing you. For everyone else, wishing you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and as Director Murphy said, a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Holiday greetings to